Hi everyone, my name is Faith. Welcome to my channel. It's been a few weeks since I posted a video, and that's because I've been dealing with some health stuff. So today I'm going to share with you what's been going on with me. So it all started a couple weeks ago. I was eating pizza with my husband and my son, and I reached up to my neck and I was like, oh my God, I have a tumor on my neck. I started calling my mom, freaking out. I started FaceTiming with some of my friends who were nurses. So you can take a look at the picture here. This is what it looked like when I first discovered it. This is me FaceTiming with one of my nurse friends, freaking out and showing them what is going on, because I realized there was not only one hard lump, but there were two hard lumps on my neck that I had never noticed before. So my mom and my friends and my husband, after taking a look, all told me to calm down and relax. They're probably just swollen lymph nodes. You're probably fighting off an infection or something. Give it a few days and they will go down. If it doesn't go down in a few days, then go to the doctor and find out what's going on. After a few days, they weren't improving at all and my anxiety was skyrocketing. And I started to go through old pictures to try to figure out how long I've had these lumps on my neck. Because they're all the way in the back of my neck, you can't really see them. And when my hair is down, you can't really see them. So I'm wondering, have I had these for a while and just didn't notice it? So most of my pictures, my hair is down, but I was able to find one picture, and I'm gonna show it to you now, from January 5th. That was when I was doing that rejection video where I was rolling on the floor and acting ridiculous for my video, and I had my hair up, and you can see that the lump was there on January 5th. So now I realize, oh my God, I've had these lumps for about a month and I didn't even know. Then I did the thing that they tell you to never do, and that's Google your symptoms. No matter what symptoms you have, Google will convince you that you are dying. I did it anyway, and I regret it. So if you are currently experiencing some sort of health situation, please do not Google. Call your doctor, get checked out. The doctors know a lot more than Google does. But what happened to me was that I Googled swollen lymph nodes, and I started finding some really scary stuff. My lymph nodes were hard, my lymph nodes had lasted longer than a few weeks, and my lymph nodes were painless. So basically, most of the characteristics of my lymph nodes were suggesting that there was something seriously wrong with me, according to Google. The only thing that suggested that maybe it was a benign lymph node based on Google was that they are movable. They do move around when I touch them. I just kept reading, and instead of focusing on writing or making YouTube videos, this was literally all I could think about. It just consumed me every moment of the day. My hand always on my neck, feeling just the health anxiety I was experiencing and still am somewhat experiencing. It was awful. When I, was with my son, I was able to be distracted and get my mind off of it. But as soon as my son was down for a nap or sleeping at night, I was just unable to help myself. It was like an impulse to just keep Googling and keep researching and keep looking up articles and my mind was just racing with all of the worst case scenarios. And I was basically convinced that I was dying. I tried to get in touch with my primary care physician, but he was on vacation for the next 2 weeks, and I certainly wasn't gonna wait 2 weeks. So I got a recommendation from my mother-in-law for an ENT. So I was able to make an appointment with an ENT for Saturday, which was a few days away, but I needed to do it on a weekend when my husband's home, so someone could be with Zach. So on that Saturday, I went to the ENT, and first he gave me a COVID test, and that came up negative. And then he basically numbed the inside of my mouth and my nose. He basically had these long cotton strips, and he dipped them in medicine, and then he shoved them up my nose and waited for my nose to become numb. And then he put this little camera that's at the end of this long black flexible tube, shoved it all the way up my nostril and around back to see into my throat, all the way into my vocal cords. So he did that through both nostrils. So because I was numb, it wasn't painful at all, but it did feel strange. But he said everything looked normal, so that was a relief. and he touched my neck, and he did say that, you know, you have lumps in your neck. I think they're swollen lymph nodes. It's most likely nothing to worry about. I can't tell you 100% that it's not anything serious. We do need to investigate this, but, you know, in his professional opinion, it was probably going to turn out to be fine, but that I needed to go for an ultrasound and blood work. Okay, so that was on a Saturday. Sunday, the ultrasound place is closed. And Monday, of course, we get hit with a crazy blizzard. So I'm gonna show you some footage from that blizzard because it went all day Monday and Tuesday. The snow was so high, we weren't going anywhere. I certainly wasn't driving anywhere. And when I called the ultrasound place, they were actually closed due to the snow. So that was just several more days of me freaking out. Finally, I get an appointment for the ultrasound on Thursday, and I went for the ultrasound. And then the following morning, my phone rings and I see it's the doctor's office, and I'm like, oh my God, this has to be bad. That I just got the ultrasound last night and now they're calling me in the morning. But it was actually just showed how efficient they were, because usually you have to chase these places to even get your results, but they were actually calling me to let me know that my results were benign reactive lymphadenopathy, whatever it is, basically swollen lymph nodes that are benign. And they also found a cyst on my thyroid. So yeah, that's something else for me to freak out about, but they also said don't worry about that. So now I still haven't had a chance to get the blood work because I wasn't able to get an appointment yet when my husband's able to be home with Zach, so I'm going for the blood work on Tuesday because these glands aren't going down. The doctor, I forgot to mention before, the doctor prescribed me steroids and antibiotics. I finished my course of steroids, it was about 7 days, and I'm almost done with my antibiotics. It was a 10-day course of antibiotics. I'm on like day 8 of antibiotics, and I haven't noticed any improvement. So it doesn't seem that it's an infection that caused the glands to get swollen. So we need to get to the bottom of what's going on with my health. Why are my glands swollen? I'm happy that the results came back benign, but I still want to know why this is happening, why it isn't improving, what's wrong with me. I mean, I have been really tired and run down lately, but I kind of just thought that that was from being a new parent, and also, you know, I put a lot of pressure on myself to be, you know, trying to reach my goal of becoming a published author one day, hopefully a best-selling author, and that is my goal. I put a lot of work into that. I'm always writing, I'm always, you know, trying to work on building my author platform. So I just thought I was run down, but just being run down isn't going to cause hard lumps to form in your neck. It's got to be more than that. So I still don't know what's wrong with me. So if you're going through something similar, if you found swollen lymph nodes in your neck or anywhere on your body, please don't freak out, because I spent over a week thinking I was dying. In general, I'll be open, like I do suffer from anxiety in certain situations, and this was one of those situations where my anxiety was just through the roof, and that was probably the worst part about this whole experience, was how bad I was suffering from the anxiety. Like I said, this isn't even making me suffer, this is painless, but mentally I was in a lot of pain and suffering just from the anxiety and mental anguish that I've been going through. If you have something like this going on, go to your doctor and get that script for an ultrasound, and go get that ultrasound ASAP, because it will put your mind at ease, and then you'll find out what's going on. If it is something that needs to be treated, then you're on your way to getting treatment. The sooner you diagnose something, the better the outcome will be. But more than likely, most of the time, swollen lymph nodes are benign, but the sooner you get the ultrasound, the sooner you can stop stressing out. Usually my videos are about writing, so I know this is a bit unusual for me to be talking about my health, but the main purpose in creating a YouTube channel in the first place for me was to connect with other people and help other people that may be going through something similar. So I hope that me telling my story maybe helps someone else out there that might be going through something with their lymph nodes or anything health anxiety related in general. Okay, thank you for watching my video. To watch Zach and my writing career grow, and hopefully not my lymph nodes, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below.